Welcome to the Festival of Storytellers.
I can't tell you how excited I am to be on right now. It's been a couple of weeks of excitement, getting prepared, and I've done a lot of things in my life, but this has got to be close to the top.
Thank you, and ReadersMagnet, and thank you, John, for putting this forth and taking the chance on us authors in presenting this out to the world.
I've enjoyed this immensely, Joanne.
Ellie, so have I. Thank you for who you are, and thank you, ReadersMagnet. You all are beautiful, and you've worked so very hard, and we are blessed.
We are.
I thank everybody that's involved with this process, because we know writers need readers and writers need publishers. We thank ReadersMagnet and everybody that's involved. I love ReadersMagnet. They say, we share your stories with the world.
Hello, fairgoers, and welcome to the Festival of Storytellers Season 2. We are now streaming live through our ReadersMagnet Facebook page and also through our ReadersMagnet YouTube channel. And you might want to check our website as well for the festival, which is the www.thefestivalofstorytellers.com. And just to give you a little bit of information, this event is actually from November 8th to the 21st, and this will provide each and every author an opportunity to showcase or basically share their story to everyone. So today we have one of the featured authors. His name is Frederick L. Kramer. He's an author of the book Fredgy Carnavalesco. Hi, Fred. How are you doing today?
Hola. Okay.
Wow, you look great with your hat.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm so excited as well to do this interview with you today, because I'd like to know more about the book. I mean, I have not been able to really get the full version of it, but can you tell us first a little bit about yourself, Fred?
Well, myself relating to the book is a snapshot of my part of my career in show business. And I was in Brazil, and I had a TV show there, and Miami and Los Angeles as well, and Palm Beach, Florida. So this is a compilation. There's 70 photographs of my career in various parts of the world, in France as well, and Mexico, and Peru, and Brazil. So that's what the book is basically about. It's about a 10-year period of time.
Wow. And when did you realize that you wanted to write or compile all these things and turn it into a book?
It was about 5 years ago now. I was in California reading the Palm Beach paper, and there was an advertisement for a memoir writing class at the Four Arts Society in Palm Beach, which is a very nice museum and educational center. They have classes there as well.
I agree.
So you know the place?
Go ahead.
So I wrote them, and I enrolled in a class, which ended up being a class I took for 2 more years. And the first class that we were given for the week was to think of a title of a book we'd like to write.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, the book was titled something else other than what I now have. And that's how the story began.
Wow, that's wonderful. And this is not the only book that you have out there, right?
Now, back in 1976, actually 1973, I wrote a book called The White House Gardens, which is a beautiful book
Mm-hmm.
that was with original watercolors by Harold Sterner, and I wrote the
Wow.
text.
Mm-hmm.
So that was, and then I wrote a lot of prior to that, a lot of art books for art exhibitions, which I had created. I was a private art dealer in the '60s.
I see. And um, I just want to ask you as well, Fred. I know that you titled this book Fred G, right now, but did you even consider using a different title, maybe, not to kind of like make it sort of like obvious that it's about your journey?
The original title was Grandma Rose's Pea Soup, and my grandmother Rose, she was an immigrant from Poland, but
Mm-hmm.
she used to make the most delicious pea soup. And around once a month, she would have some men, two or three men, knock at the back door at lunchtime, and I'd usher them down into the basement, and I would bring them rye bread, freshly cut rye bread, and my grandmother would bring down the soup pot and soup bowls, and the men would have a nice lunch of soup.
Mm-hmm.
And these were actually hobos. We lived about a quarter of a mile from the Erie-Lackawanna Railroad in New Jersey, and these men were riding the rails from wherever to Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati. And that's what became my interest in traveling. I wanted to go to those places as well. And
And and
I
you,
was about 5 years old at the time.
well, and that's why you became a traveler then after that time.
I guess so.
So anyway, for everyone or for those who are watching us live right now, you can actually grab a copy of Fred's book, Fredgy Carnavalesco. It's available in Amazon.com, right, Fredgy?
Yes,
I'm sorry, Frederick.
yes, Fredgy, call me
Yeah,
Fredgy.
Fredgy. That's your nickname, right?
That's right.
So it's available in Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and do you have a website maybe that they can look up?
Fredgy.com.
Fredgy.com, and it spells us the title of the book, right?
F
Fredgy.com.
capital FREDGIE.
.com. There you
Oh,
go. What
and
about Facebook? Do you have Facebook?
yes, go to Frederick
And
Lawrence. Go to Frederick Lawrence Kramer.
okay, so they can also follow you. You guys can actually follow him in Facebook as well. So just look it up. So my next question here for you, Fred, is that what is like I would say the fun part in writing books like this?
Finishing it.
I agree.
It's one thing everybody says I'm going to write a book about myself or something like that. Well, sit down and do it. This book took 3 years to write, just because life gets in the way. But
That's true.
and I had another book I was finishing also called Along the Ucayali, which was a trip of my story about my first trip to the Amazon in Peru. So
Wow, interesting.
yes, that's another book that they can get, Along the Ucayali from Pulcapa to Iquitos. I was on the river for 1,500 miles, river miles.
Hmm.
So
Well, that's good. And when are you planning to kind of release this third book?
the book is going to be released in the next month.
Next month. Wow. There you
Yeah.
go, guys. I mean, check it out. And I believe you just have to basically search his name in Amazon, Frederick L. Kramer, and you should be able to find this book, Fredgy, the other book, and the upcoming books as well. Um, how much when it comes to writing this story of yours, Fred, did you have any kind of challenges? Because I myself, I'm actually trying to write a story, like my own story, but at some point it's kind of difficult to end it. Did you have that kind of an encounter?
Well, my teacher at school helped me edit.
Okay.
I think it's very challenging to be your own editor.
Yeah.
You can do it to a point, but it's always good to have another point of view, in my opinion.
I can absolutely agree with that matter. Sometimes we feel like we're doing the right thing, we're having the right grammar or punctuations, but you know, when someone is actually reading it, that's when they will or you will actually realize that there's a lot of mistakes in there. So it's a good thing to do as well, especially if you're a beginner, in
Right.
writing books. Lastly, Fred, what would you like your readers to actually get, or should I say, feel after reading this book?
I hope they feel excited. It was a very interesting career. It took me to many places I never would have known if I just stayed back in New Jersey where I was born. So a lot of energy, a lot of people, a lot of photographs, and a lot of times. And they also learn about how show business works and how it doesn't work.
Yeah, I can agree with you, and that kind of like upon reading it earlier, that brings me back to those times, or it kind of makes me travel as well in
Yes.
those places, but not in the current situation or year. It's like bringing you back, you know, in the old days.
Well, one of my favorite photographs in the book is myself. I was panhandling in Europe, doing street corners and passing my hat for income. And I did a show at the Eiffel Tower.
Wow.
And today you wouldn't be able to do that, but it's in the book. I think it's on page 13. But it's me in the Eiffel Tower in my hat and my outfit. And I had a boom box playing salsa music. And I throw the maracas 30 feet in the air and catch them.
Wow.
And there were school kids there. It was quite an afternoon. I made about $200 of francs at the time.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, do you still perform right now in any,
Well, not
celebration
really.
maybe?
You really can't do it much, you know. I used to have 60 people in my show. In my shows, I had 60 people.
Hmm.
So you can't get that type of energy together right now.
Oh yeah, I can agree. What you still do a little bit, like with your grandkids or something like that.
Well, something like that, we fool around. In fact, I'll be seeing them next week.
That's great. Well, anyway, Fred, it was really a good talk. Thank you so much for giving us the time to do this interview today. Um, anyway, before we end this live session, do you have any message to everyone that are watching right now? Do you have any upcoming sessions too during the festival?
Not at the moment, no.
Hmm. All right. Well, so for everyone that are actually watching us live right now, please check Fred's book. Again, Frederick L. Kramer. That's the only thing that you have to type in
It's
Amazon.com.
Kramer, Kramer.
Yep, you got it. And BarnesandNoble.com. And you can also follow him in Facebook. That's Frederick Kramer. What was the middle name again, Fred?
Lawrence, Frederick Lawrence
Lawrence.
Kramer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you again, Fred.
Okay, thank you. Obrigado, and happy Thanksgiving and holidays to everybody.
Yeah. Same to you, Fred. And as we say it here in Reader's Magnet, we share your story with the world. Goodbye.
Great, ciao.